The number of COVID-19 cases continues to rise globally and right here in Guyana. Therefore, we encourage everyone to practice social distancing. Please wear a mask if you have to leave your homes and wash your hands thoroughly and frequently as we all strive to stop the spread of the virus. Welcome to Info Hub for Friday, June 12th. Thanks for joining us. Prime Minister the Honorable Moses Nagamoos and APNU plus AFC campaign co-manager Joseph Hammond have both condemned recent statements coming from the opposition's camp in which they say threatens the job security of public servants. More in this report.
Prime Minister Moses Nagamoos posited that the comments made by the opposition member were directed to those contractual agreements made after December 2018, adding that this is a threat to the livelihood of the people of this country and should not be taken lightly.
I find that this has been the most diabolical threat that has ever been made to hardworking public servants. I am appalled that a politician, any politician, could come forward and threaten public servants in such a crass and crude way.
Meanwhile, APNU AFC campaign manager Joseph Hammond stated that the statements have created anxiety among the nation's hard-working public servants, whose loyalty is not to a political party, but the government of the day.
Mr. Edgell, who seems to be the voice of the PPPC to address certain ethnic issues, is adding fuel to an unreally charged political environment.
PPP's Juan Edgehill, in a video circulated on social media, was heard threatening the job security of the country's public servants.
Meanwhile, APNU plus AFC's campaign co-manager Joseph Hammond has likened the recent utterances of Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, to the narrative of the PPP. Details from Alexis Rodney.
Hammond said the move shows a clear attempt to subvert the will of the Guyanese people. Dr. Gonsalves on Thursday dictated that Guyana's duly constitutional body, the Guyana Elections Commission, should focus only on the vote recount to declare a winner of the march to polls. He said too that if there is any aggrieved party, that they should move to an elections petition. In a televised statement Thursday evening, Hammond said the coalition was alarmed that the Prime Minister will make such similar statements to the PPPs.
Given these circumstances, it is most unfortunate that Dr. Gonsalves, who himself is embroiled in an election petition in his own country, has taken a public position that is prejudicial to the integrity of the process and its eventual outcome.
The Prime Minister made the statements although the Elections Commission is currently involved in a four-stage process to determine the credibility of the elections. The Commission is currently at the second stage where the Chief Elections Officer is compiling a report of the tabulation along with the massive irregularities that are listed in the observation report. His comments come too at a time when the three-member high-level CARICOM team, invited by GCOM to scrutinize the recount, is also preparing its report of the first stage of the process to submit to the Commission.
In these circumstances, all taken together, paint a picture of a conspiracy to subvert the will of the Guyanese people. And it is in this vein that the APNU-AFC agrees that CARICOM should not allow a statement as this one made by Dr. Ralph Gonsalves to stand. He is not the chairman of CARICOM.
Hammond noted that the ongoing recount process is important, not only for democracy in Guyana, but to the wider CARICOM. For Info Hub, Alexis Rodney.
Now for some good news in the rice sector. The Guyana Rice Development Board is reporting a 13% increase in rice exports between January and May 2020 when compared to the same period last year.
According to the Ministry of Agriculture, the 13% increase was achieved after the export of 242,812 tons of rice valued at $99 million compared to 215,330 tons valued at $89 million for the corresponding period in 2019. GRDB's General Manager Nizam Hassan explained that there has been an increase in export of packaged rice, signaling a greater sale of value-added products. This means that Guyana is earning more revenue for its rice and indicates a greater demand for its retail-ready packaged rice. With regards to packaged parboiled rice, the General Manager said 3,705 tons were exported in 2019 compared to 5,535 tons in 2020. Packaged white rice has jumped astronomically from 6,316 tons in 2019 to 47,484 tons in 2020. Rice production has been on a steady upward trajectory over the last few years. According to a report from the Food and Agriculture Organization, the improvement of extension services of the Guyana Rice Development Board and the expansion of the public agricultural investments supported crop yields. It is expected that annual production will increase for the fourth consecutive year and reach 1.1 million tons, roughly 11% higher than the 5-year average. For InfoHub, I am Kellon Rover.
More news after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Jamaica with a message from my people. We don't know when COVID-19 will go, so for now better stay at home. Oh, we don't know, so let we try and cope. Sanitize or use a soap. Oh, I won't stop and don't you stop. Responsibility is what you've got to self-preserve the health you've got. Good hygiene we need to all adopt. I won't stop, don't you stop. Stay away from crowds cause it's way too packed. We all should stay 3 feet away, and in time we make this virus stop.
This is a message from Tamika Marshall and the Ministry of Public Health in collaboration with PAHO WHO.
Welcome back. Newly appointed Vice Chancellor of the University of Guyana, Professor Paloma Mohamed Martin, has announced the establishment of niche campuses that are being considered as the institution deliberates on how its programs are delivered to students.
So we are really sitting down and looking at the country, what the country is likely to be doing in the next couple of years, what we want our people to be able to achieve, where those people are going to be located, and how the university is going to help to achieve that.
According to the Vice Chancellor, UG has examined numerous studies and projections, and therefore the institution has attractive options to consider. Providing insight, the Vice Chancellor noted that while the country has a maritime school that produces careers in oil and gas, UG has no maritime focus program to offer much-needed degrees. She said that the university is examining proposals for the program at a prospective location. In this regard, she cited Berbice as an appropriate area due to high levels of oil and gas activity offshore of the county. Likewise, the Vice Chancellor suggested that a UG school for geology and mines would be best situated in Linden, a mining township that leads to other mining regions.
We really are looking at partnerships that are strategic, that are niched, and that are really targeted at providing quick wins, but strategic wins in the medium term.
UG is expected to soon release its blueprint that will dictate the next 20 years of development. Shaquille Bourne for InfoHub.
Georgetown residents are now being offered amnesty on interest on general rates for the year 2020. According to the Mayor and City Council, this offer is in light of the current COVID-19 pandemic. Public Relations Officer Deborah Lewis, in a recent media statement, said the municipality has recognized that many of its citizens are experiencing monetary constraints and financial assistance must be provided. Lewis reminded that the city's Treasurer's Department will be open to the public for the payment of rates and taxes from Mondays to Fridays. This service, she said, is available from 8:30 hours to 13:30 hours daily. She maintained, however, that persons who wish to make payments must observe the precautionary guidelines, hand washing, wearing of face masks, and social distancing. Due to COVID-19, the Council has not provided a cutoff for the amnesty. For more information, you can call telephone numbers 226-7963 or 226-1228. Now remember to do your part to ensure that you do not put yourself at risk during this time. If you have a cough, fever, or difficulty breathing, please seek medical care early, but call that hotline number first. That's all for today. You can connect with us on our social media platforms, including WhatsApp, Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram, as we bring you the latest and important news related to COVID-19 and much more. You can also subscribe to our website, dpi.gov.gy. Your Bridge Report is up next. Have a safe and enjoyable weekend. Goodbye for now.